It is Monday morning here, and it's dreary and rainy. Um, so I wanted to talk a little bit about something I've been thinking about. I was out in the garden this morning, and if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen in my stories I was out picking beans in the rain, and it was kind of refreshing to me. Actually, it was actually cool, and yeah, it was kind of actually fun picking beans in the rain, um, because it was. I do not love the heat and the high humidity and my least favorite part of summer. So anyway, um, so I was out there, and I just love those early mornings out in the garden. I can actually put two coherent thoughts together while I'm out there. I'm an introvert, and if you're an introvert, you understand, like, we're drained by being around people, and we're recharged by um, getting alone time. And so I just am loving mornings out in my garden. So, and then of course, I get vitamin D and yummy veggies, and um, yeah, just being able to walk out there and see my garden are bonuses also too. Those early mornings in the garden. So I was out there thinking this morning, and I was thinking about like being a helpmeet. And I know a lot of times that term just like leaves a bad taste in some people's mouths, and they just don't want to hear anything about being a helpmeet. And it's just not a very popular idea in this day and age of the woman being the husband's helpmeet. And yet, that's biblical that in a marriage between a husband and wife, the wife is created to be the husband's helpmeet. And I was thinking about that, and I think usually when we get a negative feeling from that, it's because probably either that term has been, or that idea has been abused by like controlling men or something like that, or oh my word, I just lost my other thought. Or maybe just in this feminist world we live in now, it's just looked down upon because it's just not a popular idea of being a helpmeet. But I was thinking about what a positive thing it can be. I choose to be a stay-at-home mom, and I also homeschool. And by doing that, I'm not out trying to pursue my own career. And so I can hopefully do my best to take good care of our children and not be paying somebody else to do it, so I can work. And also I can be like, I try to cook good meals, pack good lunches, and that kind of thing to take good care of my husband, always keep his laundry clean and all that stuff. I do a lot of things here at home so that he can focus on his work and our business and that type of thing. And I support him. It frees him up to do his thing, and it just works really well when we're both willing to play our role in a marriage. And I know already some people might be like, yeah, but that's not fair. You should be able to pursue a career if you want to. And actually, my husband would be totally on board with that. He actually would be fine with me working, but I actually choose not to because while my children are young, I prefer to be home raising them. And I'm not trying to bash it, or can't think of the words. The words won't come out of my mouth right. But I'm not trying to bash anybody that does have a career, women that do work. If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But I do just want to encourage women who do choose to be a housewife and a stay-at-home mom that that is a very important role, and it's a good thing if you choose to make that first priority. And I actually would love, I have like business ideas rolling around in my mind. I have dreams for 5-10 years from now. But they're just on the back burner for now, and I'm just planning and dreaming for now. And we'll see how they play out in the coming years when when my children don't need me as much and that type of thing. So, yeah, I just was thinking about that. I was thinking about how right now my husband is starting his own business, and I do the bookkeeping. And so in that way I contribute, and it's not a competing thing like my career versus his career. It's our business that we, along with his partners, are trying to get going. So we're working as a team. He is not degrading to me, or we're not competing. We are working together, and when we're both doing our roles, it works really well. So, just a few thoughts for you today on this rainy Monday. So I just thought for fun I would take you out here and show you my garden. It was one of my goals this year to have a decent garden. It's usually a huge struggle of mine to even accomplish a very weedy garden. So I'm out here under the barn. Let me see, how do I flip this thing? Okay, so here is our pet snapping turtle. Actually, my son caught him the other day and wants to eat him. We're letting him in fresh water for a little bit in hopes it'll taste better. There's the kid's bunny. And then over here is my garden. So it's not amazing, but it is probably the prettiest garden I've ever had. Usually I grow weeds as good as I grow vegetables. So I'll just quickly show you what I'm growing in case anybody's interested in gardening. This is Brussels sprouts. This is the first time I've grown Brussels sprouts, and everything is starting to get eaten. And I sprayed everything over the weekend, and of course it decided to rain like within an hour or so right after I got done spraying. My son made me this arbor, and he actually wants to add a few more, like he wants to add another X there and a few more roof pieces. I'm really happy with that. I have a little bit of a pathway there. These are purple beans. I just started them from seed not that long ago, so it's supposed to climb up the arbor. As you can see, I am struggling with the weeds. I'm attempting to do a back to Eden garden, and I tried to cover it last year with straw, and it worked on the bottom half. I think I got it covered heavier on this bottom half, and the upper half I'm still really battling the weeds this year. So since it's no-till, I'm doing a lot of weed pulling. Ellie started tiny little flowers there. They are what are they called? I'm bad at remembering things when I'm recording myself. This was my peas section, and I just pulled them out not long ago. Here's my cabbage patch, and the cabbage is really starting to get eaten. So as soon as it stops raining, I'm going to douse them with Captain Deadbug or something. Actually, I need to harvest some of these soon anyway. So I'll probably be making sauerkraut this week. I'm especially focusing on low-carb veggies, so those are broccolis there, past the cabbage. And then, this week I weeded this lower half of the garden, but I didn't get around to the upper half yet. A few rows of beans. we really like beans, so I planted a decent amount of those. And then here at the end, a couple red cabbages from my sister Sherry, a few stray potato plants there, and then the sweet potatoes. And I have weeds moving in here at the end. I need to work on this end here. Over here on the other side of the path, I have asparagus. I don't know, can you see it real well? It's the fine feathery stuff there. And I have a lot of weeds creeping in off the edge here. I need to do a lot of weeding this week. And then here across from this garden, we started a new patch this year. This is mostly potatoes. I just started with organic potatoes that started sprouting from the grocery store. Planted them. I'm mulching with grass, and it's still kind of weedy in here. So I should spend a little time weeding in there too. And at the end, Sebastian has 2 rows of popcorn growing, and that's his little project. He has to weed that, which needs done. So then we'll go down the other side of the garden. Oh, I forgot to show you. Over here beside my purple cabbage, I have these purple beans. And sadly, they're starting to get bit up too. But I find it fun to do things like things that are a different color than normal, and just trying new things. So there I have 2 tomato plants, some more beans, some lettuce that has bolted. I need to pull that out and replant the fall planting soon. More beans, and then more bolted lettuce. And then this is the weediest section of my garden right now, the onions. Maybe I'll get an after done and show you this all weeded if I get around to it. And then there's the Brussels sprouts again. My son Jude planted those, and he's all excited to see how they turn out. I don't know if you guys know what they look like, but they're really interesting. They get really tall, and they get like tiny little cabbage heads the whole way up the stalk. And they're really good fried or with bacon, or yeah. So anyway, these are my stepping stones. We kind of did a project that failed, but we were trying to do little footprint stepping stones with each of the kids, and we got the cement that has the Quikrete or whatever that has stones in it. Didn't work right. We need the mortar or whatever that doesn't have stones in. But I did like mosaic stepping stones. They're little crude angels for my miscarried babies. So that's just kind of a little bit special to me. And then back out through the arbor, and over there's my metal chair. I sit under that tree a lot to shell peas or snip beans or whatever. So we're in town here, but behind our house it almost feels like the country. Town in the front, country in the back. So that's my garden this year. To you avid gardeners, and that's a compost pile out there in the corner. This isn't anything amazing, but to me this is like the best garden I've ever had, probably. And I hope to really improve upon it yet. It's really dark in here, so it's not a good picture, but this is our brand new mama puppy and her 2 little puppies. Everybody just nurse and nurse and nurse and get fatter every day. So that's pretty much all I have for you today, I think. just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the benefits of being a stay-at-home mom. I can homeschool my own kids, and I'm not saying that's the only way to do it either, but that's the way we're choosing to do it, and we really enjoy it. And I can grow our food, which means it's all organic, and I know what has been done to it. And I can do things like really watch our budget and really, anyway, and all those good things. So I just I just wanted to share that. If you have any thoughts for me, I'd love to hear them. I think that's all for today. I always, as soon as I stop the video, I'm like, oh, I wanted to say that, or I wanted to say that, or shoot, I only said like half of what I wanted to say. But anyway, I'm going to stop for today, and you guys have an awesome Monday, and I'm not sure when I'll see you next. The next time I have a little time to find inspiration, and the next time I feel like I have something half worth sharing with you guys. All right, talk to you later.